Hello everyone, Luke Hohwieler here, Aberdeen Grain Marketing Specialist with the Agtegra Weekly Market Update. Corn has continued to push lower this week, led by a fund liquidation. The liquidation has been caused by U.S. favorable weather, weakness in crude, as well as no new advancements in the Iran-U.S. peace talks. July futures have fallen 60 cents since the highs we saw in May. Private exporters reported sales on Thursday of 115,000 metric tons of corn to Colombia for the 26-27 marketing year. Export sales this week were at 34.8 million metric tons, which was on the low side of the estimate. The U.S. planting pace released on Tuesday from the USDA had corn at 93%, slightly ahead of the average at 92%. Emergence was at 76%, also slightly higher than the average of 74%. July corn has resistance around 449 and 456 respectively, with key support at 425 and lower support at $4. Soybeans have also been weaker this week, led by a dominant bearish tone, as forecasts are showing widespread favorable growing conditions for the U.S., as well as a lack of news regarding Chinese purchases. Both circumstances have added to the fund sell-off this week. Soybean meal and soybean oil also finished the week lower, which is adding pressure to the soybean futures market. U.S. planting as of Tuesday was pegged at 87% versus the average of 80%. Emergence is at 65%, also ahead of the average of 57%. July resistance is around 1151, with higher resistance around 1171. Support is currently hanging around 1107. The wheat complex was also pressured this week. Harvest pressure across the southern wheat belt remains the key headwind, while rains across the upper wheat belt have fallen this week, which have eased some concerns momentarily here. Winter wheat progress is at 87%, ahead of the average of 79%. The good to excellent rating this week was also unchanged from last week, still showing 26% good to excellent. Spring wheat planting is at 94% this week, which is also ahead of the 89% average. Out of that 94% planted, 72% is showing emergence, which is also ahead of the emergence at this time of year. The average on that is 67%. Export sales were light again this week. Global wheat competition remains intense, and the U.S. wheat is still currently pricing above competing countries. For pricing opportunities or more information on the market, please contact your local grain marketing specialist. We are here to help. That's what we do.